One of the other things you want to keep in mind is publishing and sharing your website. You would not want to publish unless you are exactly sure it works. So one of the first things that you want to do before you push the publish button, whether you have one page, whether you have 10 pages, whether your site is completely built or you're just going to be sharing one section at a time as you publish, you want to preview and go through every section of the site, including all of the links you have, all of the interactives you have, to make sure that the site functions the way you envision it. It is never a good experience for anyone, whether student or otherwise, to be given a resource or to go to a website and expect one thing and another thing happens. So if you go to the preview, you can use every feature and every tool that you have put in on the site. So you'll notice that I am using my sidebar navigation. I am on the desktop view, so I may want to switch to the tablet view, but you'll see that I am working my way through each one of these sections. If I want to make sure that it works, I will simply interact with the piece that I have embedded or that I have put in. And this is going to guarantee that when you hit publish, for all your knowledge and everything you've done, the site does work. So let's say that I've gone through, I've previewed everything, I've tested all my links and my interactives, and I'm ready to publish. When you push the publish button, it is going to ask you what your site location is, who can visit your site, and if you want your site to appear in search results. Now when it says site location, you'll see that it already has a section put in here of sites.google.com. WCPS is our local domain, and then there's a slash, and that's what is going to, this is what will come after the slash. So I am going to put my last name, and it gives me a check mark, which means this is available and it is an acceptable format to publish my site in, which means this is going to be the actual site location that I would share with students, and there'll be a way that I'll show you to share, but I can share this with students. Now, who can visit my site? If you maintain the WCPS MD, anyone who interacts with the site that you send the link to has to be logged in with a WCPS profile. For instance, if you have ever gone to any WCPS site that has been built here and it says error 404, that means that it is set as a WCPS site only and you are not logged in with the correct credentials. If you make it anyone on the web, then presumably anyone out there could locate this site and interact with it. So if you're thinking about a community use, if you're thinking about parent use, you want to make sure that anyone on the web can interact with it. The one thing that you want to be careful about is allowing it to appear in search results. It may not be a bad thing if it does, but you also want to think about the traffic you're generating and the purpose of your site. If you are taking the time to build a site, more than likely it is going to be for student use or community feedback and information. So you may not want this to appear in general search results because there's no real reason to. So not only does it help protect a little bit of the privacy, but it also prevents those navigating to the site that you may not need or want to. So I'm going to leave it as a closed site. I'm going to click publish, and when I do, it will publish the site, and it will now tell me my site has been published successfully, and I'd actually like to view my site. So you'll see here is my site. Now you'll notice in my URL I have the exact URL that I typed in with the addition of the page that I'm on. So if I remove that, here's my main page, so this would be the URL that I would share. The other thing that happens after you publish is you have publish options. So you can go to settings, which are the settings that we just looked at. So if you need to change this, let's say that you make this site and then you're going to use it again next fall with some modifications, but next fall you want to specify that this is going to be biology 2 and it is going to be the red block of the day. You'll notice that it says it's available, but it does tell me that if anyone has a bookmark or a link to my old site, it will be broken, meaning it will not work and they will receive a URL does not exist message. You can also view or unpublish. So let's say that you publish this site. It's for a unit, a specific essential question that you are focused on for your time working with your students, let's say through the month of April and May. But then you're done with it and you want to make some modifications. You can unpublish at any time, and it will remove that from publication, and then you can go back out and republish. The other thing that you have here is more, and that will get into site analytics. If you are interested, we will have one more video concerning site analytics. It's not necessary. It is not absolutely vital for your success. It's just an advanced feature that you may want to look at, but your site has to be published first so that you can connect those analytics. If you want to share your site with someone so that they can go directly to the URL, you are not going to share it the same way that you would, say, a Google Doc. That would be if you want to add an editor. But once you publish your site and you have the actual published URL, you can simply grab that with a copy, and then you can share that, you can link it, you can add it to the things that you need. But you want to make sure that it is the published link that you are sharing, not the editing link, but the actual published link that you are sharing. Thank you for joining us for our information about new Google Sites. We are excited to see what everyone makes and how we utilize it in the classroom to continue to enhance and redefine learning.